We got a club hero for Liverpool, 5-time league winner, 3-time European Cup winner, and former manager, Mr. Graeme Souness, joins us this morning, as does comedian Maisie Adams, to tell us about what they've been doing for the charity moving forward. Just before we get to that and we throw over to Graeme and Maisie, I just wanted to read this out. I think it's really important. Andy from Liverpool has said, Troy, amazing to hear that you were talking about CPR this morning. I'm a nurse and it needs speaking about more. Everyone should know how to do it. It should be taught every year in high school. And yes, Gabby, defib should be everywhere. Early defib increase drastically the chances of survival's life. Currently in this country, we're at 10% chance of survival from out of hospital cardiac arrest. In Vegas and Monaco, where defibs are everywhere, it's at 70%. So as I say,
big difference.
Go across over there to 15 minutes it takes. And we did just have Graeme Souness on there, but I think the old boy has forgot how to unmute himself. So we'll just get some technical difficulties working out with Mr. Graeme Souness, but as soon as he's ready to go, we will dive in. And we do have them now. Graeme, are you there, bud? Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe.
Graeme, press.
Troy?
Technology.
There you go, sir.
Good morning, Graeme.
Hello.
How you doing, but have you learned how to unmute yourself? It's not doing good. The power of technology. They seem to be struggling, but look, we'll just talk about what they're going to be doing. So
I wanted to say, looking at this, Troy, the final leg of the relay will be Nick Thomas, who had a cardiac arrest whilst playing his usual weekly football game and was revived by 3 of his friends who quickly performed CPR. Yep. See, if his friends didn't know how to do CPR, he wouldn't be here today.
Absolutely.
That's how important it is for us to all learn.
We've got loads more of these messages coming through. Craig has said, great show, boys. Back in 2018, my dad had a cardiac arrest. He resuscitated him. Although he was in Kings for several months, I assure that's a hospital near him. Yeah. He came through and he's now fit as a butcher's dog. A miracle really has. There was a 7% chance of survival outside of hospital. Great cause, keep it up. That's from Craig. So there's 1, 2, there's about another 15, 16 we can get here. But really appreciate it. And Graeme, I think third time lucky can hear us. Mr. Souness, how are you, sir?
I've got you.
Good morning, Graeme.
Again, Troy, can you start again and give me my intro? I like that.
Your intro was the old man who doesn't know how to press unmute. How you doing, sir? You're right.
I'm good. I'm good. And you boys?
All good, mate. All good, pal.
We was just saying, mate. We was talking about this. Obviously, I did the leg on Friday. You and Maisie will be finishing off the leg today, going into Wembley. Jesus Christ, too many teeth in my mouth. How have you? Mate, how do you just keep doing it? Everything you do with charity turns to gold. And why is this so important to you?
Well, I've been an ambassador for the BHF for a good half dozen years now. And it's something, obviously, unfortunately for me, I know a wee bit about heart conditions. So, Sky Bet, I've spent a lot of money at this to promote Every Minute Matters, which basically is what we're trying to do is get as many people as possible to learn how to do CPR. Yeah. Imagine a scenario, you're out with one of your grandparents to fall over, you panic, you don't know what to do, and with every minute you delay, that lessens their chance of recovery by 10%. So there's 30,000 out-of-hospital incidents every year, and I think it's less than 1 in 10 survive. So the more people learn this, and it's like riding a bike, once you know it, you'll know it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were just talking earlier as well, Graeme, about how important as well for defibrillators. I mean, I got one for my school that I went to. They didn't have one in the school, and you think to yourself, parks, schools, everywhere should have them, shouldn't they?
Yeah, well, when you've got footballers falling over, the young fella at Luton falling over. I mean, if you're going to have one, not that you ever want one, a good place to have one would be in a football stadium, because there's medical people and there'll be defibs all around the place. But yeah, the more of them we can get out in the street and street corners and anywhere where sort of exercise is taking place, the better. But what we're trying to do is get as many people. What you're basically doing if you learn CPR is getting their heart started again, buying time until the specialists turn up, the medics turn up, and then they start working on them. But anyone listening to this, it's a great skill to have. And as I've said already, you don't ever want to use it. But God forbid if you were in the company of someone, possibly a relative, someone close to you, falling over, and you panic, and you stand there for 2 or 3 minutes. That might be the end of them.
Yeah,
you've got to get on them right away and be as aggressive as you can. I don't know if you know this, but when Glenn Hoddle fell over in a television studio, I think his guy who got him back broke 6 of his ribs.
Yeah.
So you got to be as aggressive as you can with them, and don't be frightened of being aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And Graeme, what is your leg? Are you running, walking, biking?
I'm catching. I've got, I think it's the number 32 bus from here to Willesden, and then so we're going to walk.
Yeah.
Maisie and I are going to walk. Maisie reckons she's going to run most of it.
I do not.
So I am listening to a nice stroll. The weather looks like it's picking up. So looking forward to it.
Nah, top man, mate. We can't have you on here and unfortunately not talk about your old club, Liverpool. Last week we seen Virgil van Dijk sign a new 2-year deal. That was following Mo Salah signing his deal. A lot of talk at the moment around Trent and will he walk? What do you see the situation with Trent, and will Liverpool see it as a loss, or will they be able to carry on as usual?
I fully get why Trent would maybe fancy another challenge. He's been at that club since he was a boy, and who's to say he's at an age where he could go away, not fancy wherever he goes, and comes back and rejoins Liverpool. But out of the 3 players, I mean, if you were not, you'd have to pick and want to pick, but he'd be the one you'd be sacrificing. Similarly, because I feel you got Conor Bradley, who's ready. He just to keep himself fit, but he's maybe just growing into his body. For the other 2, see if you 2 agree. There is no obvious replacement for Salah, no obvious replacement for Van Dijk.
Graeme, Jamie Carragher yesterday on Sky said that he wouldn't play now Trent for the rest of the season. He would start Conor Bradley so he gets used to playing for Liverpool in the Premier League, and maybe to see if he's going forward the right man that Liverpool need. Do you agree with that, or do you think Trent
I think that question's been answered. When I've watched him play, he's up for the cup. He's only a boy. What is he, 19? Is he 20? Captains Northern Ireland. Been at Liverpool since he was a boy. They brought him over. He knows everything about Liverpool he'll need to know to be a player. He looks like he's got the can I say balls for it?
Yeah,
he's got, looks like he's got, he's not a shrinking violet. He wants to get on the ball.
Yes.
Anfield can be an intimidating place for a lot of people. It's not for him. He's well schooled there, and I think he's tailor-made. He gets to the byline more than Trent would. I would suggest he's more athletic than Trent, but then Trent's got every club in his bag. If you're a golfer, he can can fade it, he can draw it, he can ping it. He's got everything. There's very few people have got that kind of delivery. But I feel in Conor Bradley that question has already been answered for me. I don't think there's any questions about him at all.
Graeme,
the only one is, can he keep himself fit more? But he's only maybe it's just a young boy growing into his body.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, mate. Just a quick one on Arne Slot. I remember me and you speaking on a podcast we did very early on in the season, and you was reserving judgment to see how Arne was through the difficult times. How have you assessed his season so far, and did he go through those difficult periods that you thought he might have?
No, it's been a dream. It's been a dream first season for him. He took over a team that was challenging for the big honours. He took over a team that had a young group that were only going to get better. So there was no need to have any dramas there and buying lots of players. He wasn't chasing anything. He knew he had a team that was going to compete. So now he's had a good look at them. It's I would expect them to a bit of movement in the summer, both in and out. But the 2 biggest challenges he had were to keep Van Dijk and Mo Salah, and he's done that. So more of the same from them. And you'd have to say that, with Arsenal being nearly men again this year, and no one saw City implode the way they have. It's been a perfect. All the stars aligned for them.
It's looking like Graeme. It's looking like Núñez is going to leave. I think that was close to happening early on in the season. What do you think Liverpool need to bridge that gap for the Champions League?
A bit of luck. I mean, they had they played a really good team in both games. PSG were better than them in those games for me, and they deserve to go through. I don't know. What do they need? I suppose if you've got your strongest 11 playing for Liverpool, can you better that? I think you're just looking to buy players who can step in and keep the starting 11 on their toes and use your squad properly as the season progresses with the amount of games they play and the kind of games they play, because Liverpool only play cup finals, as all the big clubs do.
Yeah, top man, great. Mate, wish you and Maisie all the best today. Go well.
Good luck.
Be safe. And hopefully I'll speak to you soon. All right, bud.
Gabby, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck, mate.
Again, that is a legend. That is Graeme Souness doing a wonderful piece of the work.
How many people now listening will be like, yeah, I should go and get trained?
I was just going to say, we've got a couple of texts here just to finish the show off. Do CPR on my 11-year-old now. Fair play, guys. Reggie. Yep. That's the one. And then this one is a really, really good one. So, hi, Troy Gabby. I really hope you get to read this out. I'm a 53-year-old male. A few years ago, at the time, extremely fit, boxing, running, etc., etc. I was on a night out in Nottingham. In the early hours of the morning, I suffered a cardiac arrest. A young student and I never got to know her name. She saved my life. She did CPR and she saved my life. If not for her, my 5 children would be now without their father. Please get this message out. That really does hit home, and it works. I never got to see that girl again. To see her and to say thank you very much. She's my guardian angel. Rob, the Forest fan, still breathing, thank God. I just wish everybody else would help now with this. And since I've had a triple heart bypass and feel stronger and fitter than ever.
Great story.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.